I'm supposed to be working right now, but I had to take a moment because I had a conversation that made me want to process this because this is a huge space that I see. You're not supposed to be here, Angel. See? Yep. This is a huge space that I see that is going to get exploited if we keep down this road because it's things are a slippery slope. So the world seems to be on fucking fire this week. As hard as I am trying to focus on celebrating my birthday, the podcast, the launch of the anti-racist economist, the world seems to be fucking on fire, and Twitter seems to be the place where the fire is just like being being flamed. It's just every day. It's more people are putting logs on this fire, and one of the things that we hear often, and it's good white people who see these things and these acts of racism, acts of discrimination, just actively acts of just harm and disregard from human life, and because whiteness is never examined, and because these are the first time that white folks are seeing these things, their first gut, again, because whiteness, the narrative is always the hero or victim and never the villain, is to say these people have a mental illness. We need to stop that. White supremacy is not a mental form of mental illness. It is a strategic, intentional um, building and creating systems and institutions that are designed to discriminate and harm. This is not a mental illness, and it does harm to for people who actually have mental who actually have to live and manage mental illnesses, because just because you see a white person who can't shut the fuck up in public, particularly, I don't understand, just because you don't understand, I don't definitely don't understand. As soon as the camera comes out, I don't understand how you white people just don't walk off. If you're acting as, even if you don't think you're acting as, if you think you're justified, and some person of color, particularly a black person, brings out the camera and you continue to show your ass, that is not a form of mental illness. That is a form of white supremacy telling you not only that your position is right, but you have every right to say it any way you fucking want to say it. That is not a mental illness. That is a result of a system that is designed to prioritize whiteness over everybody else. And this is the slippery slope. See, it happens, and we're seeing it just a benign, not, I can't even say benign case, but look at Twitter right now. Look at Twitter right now. It is, they've allowed this president to say what the fuck he wants to say, to attack people ad nauseum over and over again. And when they finally realize, oh fuck, we have to do something, they put a warning on his, and he starts attacking one of their employees. But now it's a problem because now Twitter's employee is being attacked. No, this is what happens when you let a fucking bully forever, and then you try to go back and say, yeah, what you've been doing, what we've allowed you to do, we're no longer going to allow you to do. Of course he's going to fucking throw a tantrum. Of course he's going to go after people that he feels that he can harm. And it's because you set it up that way. As a classroom teacher, there's no way in fuck I was gonna let a damn bully take over and harm my fucking class for years and then say, you know what, I'm just tired of this. I can't deal with this anymore. No, I'm gonna nip that shit in the bud the first time the little fucker says something that's out of pocket, that is potentially is disruptive and harming other people. But this is what happens. So now Twitter has to deal with the fact that you've allowed this amoral bully. It's not even a bully. He's a pussy. Amoral pussy to do what the fuck he wants to do. And now you want to say, stop doing that. That's not appropriate. This is what happens when you say all language and all speech is equal. That is bullshit. When you have power over someone, your speech is more important, or is deemed more important. So there is no way in fuck. Um, don't tell me what the fuck I meant to say. I don't know who you are. But This is a slippery slope. So let me get back to, because I want to use that as an example. So when white folks see this bullshit of these black people, I mean these other white people doing stuff, and because they don't understand this this behavior, fuck you, whoever the fuck you are, fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, and I'm watching my mouth. Fuck you. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. This shit right here. But I'm gonna ignore this dickhole and I'm gonna keep talking because this is the point I'm making. When we say that this bullshit is mental illness, what is a slippery slope is people, it will now we'll have a conversation of, is this behavior really mental illness? And then we'll bring in the researchers and then we'll bring in the clinicians. And before long, white supremacy or racism will be in that little book that has all the diagnoses in it. And guess what? Guess who always benefits from social programs that they don't want other people to have? White people. And so what you will find is people will end up getting diagnosed with racism or some form of, they'll give it a nice little name, but they're dealing, and this is why I don't like white fragility, because it gives them the language. And so what they'll do is start going to see therapists, and they're going to be starting to be diagnosed with, let's call it, racism disorder. And so they'll have the racism disorder. And because they have the racism disorder, many of them will figure out a way to get disability. And then not only are they, when you have the racism disorder, you will have, you're not responsible for your actions. You can be as asshole, and you can go out and actually kill a motherfucker because you have a racism disorder. And not only do you have a racism disorder, because we want to care for you, you will be on disability, and you will be getting taxpayer money for being an asshole and a racist douche. So this is why we need to really be fucking careful about the shit we say, white folks. Just because you don't understand why your white counterparts are acting a dick and continuing to act a dick when the camera comes out, does not make it a mental illness. It makes it aligned with what white supremacy has dictated and knocked and trains you to understand about your place in the world. This is why whiteness is always the hero or the victim and never the villain. This is why whiteness, all white people, all whiteness is racist by design and cannot be trusted by default without consistent anti-racist behavior. You are not an ally, you're not an advocate, you're not a supporter, you're not anything if you believe that this harmful, terrorizing fucking behavior is a fucking mental illness. It is not. That's what I wanted to come tell you. I don't want to hear about the fucking mental illness. If you think that shit is a mental illness, you didn't go deal with your shit. But we need to be careful because there's some slippery fucking slopes. And what will happen is these individuals will get imagine if Trump's doctor who says he's in peak physical health. I don't see how that could be possible. The man eats like shit. He looks like shit. Nothing about him looks healthy. But that same doctor who says he's in peak physical condition, what if that same doctor could give this dude a diagnosis of racism disorder? Then Twitter would have to not put his these warnings on his engagement because he's suffering from racism disorder. We can't do that. That would be discrimination. So we just need to be really mindful of when we want to ascribe that hero or victim to white, terroristic, racist, harmful ass behavior. Thank you and have a good day. And for that dickhole, that asshole who wanted to get attention, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. This is why I can't be a fucking politician, because I would be on again the debate stage. Fuck all y'all. Fuck all this bullshit. Because all y'all talking out your asses from experiences you don't fucking have. You don't fucking have it. So I digress. I'm supposed to be working, as I said. Let me get back to what the fuck I need to do. Have a wonderful day.